With Quest 3 on the way and most of 2023 behind us, it's a good time to look ahead to the rest of the year. Today we're going over the top 10 Quest games for the rest of 2023. Then later, I'll give you 5 more games to look forward to that at the time of this recording do not have release dates. This list is, of course, my personal opinion and taste. If there's a game you think I missed, let me know down in the comments. So let's get to it in no particular order. Number 10, Genotype. I've known about this game for several months, but most of the community just learned about it at the Upload Summer Showcase. You play as a researcher who wakes up in an isolated station in the Antarctic with no memory of how you got there. You acquire a special set of gloves that allows you to fabricate unique creatures that serve as your weapons and tools against the alien creatures that roam the facility. You acquire blueprints for new creatures throughout the game, and each of them along with your gloves can be upgraded at terminals throughout the compound. I've been beta testing this game for weeks and it feels similar to games like Metroid, Red Matter, and Alien Isolation. I love a good first person story adventure, particularly when they have a sci-fi edge. Number 9, Vampire the Masquerade Justice. One of 2 vampire games revealed at the recent Metagaming Showcase, this is a single player adventure role-playing game set in the world of darkness, a long-running series of tabletop RPGs. You play as a vampire in Venice, Italy, unraveling a dark conspiracy. The game promises elements of stealth, puzzle solving, and combat using your fists, fangs, and a crossbow. Stealth games are in short supply in VR. The best one in my opinion is still Phantom Covert Ops, so between that and a supernatural horror game that doesn't feature zombies, this one should be a breath of fresh air. Number 8, Survivorman VR The Descent. Fans of Green Hell in the Forest should be excited for this one. You're trying to survive in the Arctic mountains after a helicopter crash. Assisting you is famed survival expert Les Stroud. This game has all the typical survivor tropes. You have to manage your body temperature, stamina, hunger, all while battling the harsh elements of a snow-capped mountain landscape. Number 7, Bulletstorm VR. This remake of the 2011 first-person shooter is being developed by Incuva, who also did the VR port of Green Hell. The game was unique for its reward system, giving players style points for creative kills. I grew up on shooters like Doom, Quake, Turok the Dinosaur Hunter, and the game this feels most reminiscent of, Duke Nukem. Surprisingly, given the wealth of shooters in VR, we don't get a lot of these larger-than-life FPS campaigns. Just looking at the trailer, I'm imagining how massive these monsters will look inside the headset. VR offers a sense of scale that flat-screen games can't really match, and I can't wait to dig into this one. Number 6, Assassin's Creed Nexus. The VR community swore this game was not going to happen after not hearing about it since it was announced nearly 3 years ago at Facebook Connect 2020. We finally got a pre-rendered trailer at Ubisoft Showcase this past June and a full store page with some gameplay screenshots. The game is broken up into 3 stories following Ezio, Connor, and Cassandra from the other Assassin's Creed games. It's always exciting to get a big name franchise in VR. I am a little worried that this one will be more of a limited experience, a la Star Wars Vader Immortal, than a fully fleshed out game. We've seen VR parkour done well in games like Stride already, so I'm looking forward to see what Ubisoft brings. Number 5, Power Wash Simulator. This is one of those instances where I'm interested in the VR game in a genre I would never play on flat screen. Simulations in general have never really appealed to me, but the immersion and the visceral nature of VR has me intrigued. Power Wash Simulator has been insanely popular since its launch in early access in 2021. It's playable on all current generation consoles, on Steam, and now it's coming to VR. I don't really think I need to describe this one. It looks like a game I could fire up and zen out to if I want to hop into VR but don't want to play anything too heavy. Number 4, Ghostbusters Rise of the Ghost Lord. Walkabout Mini Golf is my go-to VR multiplayer game, but this game has a chance to replace it. You and up to 3 friends operate a new Ghostbusters office in San Francisco. This one is all about wish fulfillment. Just like wielding a lightsaber and using the Force in Star Wars, I am all in on the chance to strap on a Proton Pack. It's also rare to get a full story campaign that's playable in co-op in VR. Number 3, Arizona Sunshine 2. Look, I'm burned down on zombies, however this game is nostalgic for me. Before I got my Quest, I spent a lot of time at virtual reality arcades, slapping on Vive headsets and doing horror mode in Arizona Sunshine with my daughter. The first game shows its age if you were to play it now, but as one of the OG zombie shooters in VR, I'm down for the sequel. Number 2, Inverse. Heavily inspired by Dead by Daylight, this 4v1 survival horror game is coming to Quest this fall after being in beta and app lab for months. A team of 4 scientists have 10 minutes to repair 3 terminals, unlock a weapon cache, then you get 3 minutes to eliminate the monster. As the monster, you have to kill all the scientists. DBD never really grabbed my attention, mainly because I didn't have the sense of tension on flat screen. I played this game in beta several times, and in VR it's a whole different ball game. Similar to Among Us, being the first person running down dark corridors is much creepier and scarier in VR when you know there's a killer chasing you. Number 1, Asgard's Wrath 2. The first Asgard's Wrath is my favorite VR game. I grew up playing and loving adventure RPGs like this. I assume we get a port of the first game and a sequel as a Quest 3 exclusive, so I was as surprised as anyone to see Asgard's Wrath 2 pop up during the Metagaming Showcase for Quest 3 and Quest 2. The developers have promised 60 hours of story campaign, including side quests. They also recently announced there will be a procedurally generated endless dungeon crawling mode where players can grind for loot to bring back to the main game. Plus, when you die, you can assign your soul to either help or hinder other players. This death mechanic feels like an overhaul of the first game, where player death spots became totems leading to a combat challenge. I'll be doing a ton of Asgard's Wrath 2 coverage on this channel when the game comes out, so be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out. Also, this video is sponsored by the Live Open Mic store. Unlike a lot of creators, we didn't just slap my logo on a bunch of products. We currently have 8 different shirt designs for any VR fan, plus the ultimate shirt for every boomer gamer out there. From now through the end of 2023, use promo code MIKE, M-I-K-E, for 10% off your order and to help support this channel. So that was the list of games to look forward to for the rest of this year, but as promised, here's 5 more games to get excited about that don't currently have release dates. Number 1, Contractor Showdown. Contractors is my favorite VR shooter, thanks in part to developer Caveman Games openly embracing the modding community and allowing player created maps and loadouts into the game, opening up endless ways to enjoy the game. Caveman recently announced in their Discord and again at the Upload VR showcase that they were working on a competitive battle royale. The undisputed king of VR battle royales right now is Population 1, but Showdown may be coming for that crown. Number 2, Glassbreakers Champions of Moss. After completing Moss Book 2, I said that Quill and the world of Moss should be treated like Nintendo treats Mario, sliding into multiple game genres. The world is, I believe, rich enough with enough characters to support this, and apparently developer Polyarc agrees. Glassbreakers is a MOBA, or multiplayer online battle arena, currently in a private beta. Think along the lines of Dota 2 or League of Legends with Quill and other characters from the Moss universe. This type of game has poor representation in VR, so Polyarc could corner the market quickly in the same way Resolution Games did with tabletop RPGs in VR with Demeo. Number 3, Demeo Battles. This PvP game set in the Demeo world was originally planned and tested as an add-on to the original Demeo game. After testing, Resolution instead opted to spin it off as a separate title. Players can select from the line of Demeo heroes, followed by a group of monsters, and engage in 1v1 or 2v2 combat. Demeo is one of my favorite VR games, and I can't wait to dive into this one with my friends. Number 4, Final Fury. You'll notice a trend in this list of underrepresented genres in VR. Final Fury, from the makers of Synth Riders, is looking to fill the gap in the fighting game category. Those of us who grew up on games like Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat, and Tekken have been waiting for a VR entry, and Final Fury will hopefully scratch that itch. Number 5, Batman VR. I don't have anything to share about this game other than we know it's in development. Camouflage Studios, the minds behind the excellent Iron Man VR, were confirmed to be working on this in the FTC filing when Meta acquired the studio. The original Batman Arkham VR from Arkham developer Rocksteady was pretty cool, but it was very short, less than an hour for the main story, and ultimately not enough content to be held up as a truly great experience. If you want to check out more Camouflage's work in the meantime, their tactical stealth game Republic is currently available for free on the Meta Store. So that was a lot of games, but I know I still missed a game or two that you're hype about. Let me know what that game is down in the comments. If you want a good list of mixed reality games available now and coming soon, click the video on the screen right now, and as always, thank you for watching.